Hey there, everybody. My name is Curnow, and I'm going to be doing my reflection over the semester and the ceremonial speech vlog. So, without further ado, I'll start with the prompt. How do I think I have advanced as a public speaker during this semester? I guess the biggest thing I noticed, especially with like my ceremonial speech, as I got further and further into the semester, it's just kind of easier, I guess, for me to keep the speech going, to keep talking about information over and over again, but not like repeat stuff, if that makes sense. Just keep adding new stuff and not really stumble over it as much as I nearly did earlier in the semester. So I feel like that was a big improvement for me. What is the most important concept or theory I've learned from the textbook? Definitely pathos, ethos, and logos. Those are, like, if you can do all three of those, you got a really good basis for your speech. If you're high in all three of those, your speech should just go swimmingly. It shouldn't be a problem if you have good pathos, ethos, and logos at all. Did it apply to my everyday life? Absolutely. I don't know, I feel like I qualify myself more for stuff, just random conversation, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely does, actually. I recommend to you, your instructor, what you would start, stop, and continue if I was teaching. Keep the outlines for sure. The outlines help a lot when it comes to actually like making your note cards and giving your speech, because then you know where you're going, what to expect, what to say, where you've been, stuff like that. I think the outline is great. What I would change, I get the vlogs are important, but I didn't do a single one. I didn't really just want to sit here and do kind of like a mini speech, I guess, but alone. So I'd just get rid of those. Personally, I didn't like those at all. Other than that, that's about it. Great. Fairly everything's like, I got no complaints at all with this class. So what was the purpose of the speech? The purpose of the speech was to honor someone and just kind of remember someone that was important, famous, influential, something like that. How did I make sure my ethos was high? Well, I made sure mine was high because, I don't know, I've been kind of a history buff. So the guy I got to talk about was President Ronald Reagan, and because I had such a good history background, that was fairly easy for me, just like my last speech, and like I've had extensive backgrounds for both these last speeches, which really helps a lot when it comes to your ethos. If you have like expertise, just even a background, someone's going to be more apt to listen to you than some guy who has no clue at all what he's going to do. Was my technology adequately prepared in terms of audio quality, etc.? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm using the same setup now, just in a different location, so I mean, it looks fine, probably sounds fine, so I'd say yes. In terms of structure and organization, what elements felt natural to me? Okay, definitely transitions were unnatural for this one. It felt weird to transition for talking about someone's life. But I mean, my introduction felt pretty natural. Excuse me. I just could kind of recite it word for word. It was pretty easy for me, actually. How did I consider my audience? American citizens, I guess, would be my audience, because, I mean, maybe foreigners, but odds are if you're going to be talking about a president, it's going to be to a fellow American citizen. How did my audience respond? Positively. They actually all really liked it. There's good factual information, like little tidbits about them, just stuff they really liked. So my audience was very happy with my speech, I'd say. Ceremonial speech is all about connecting your audience through pathos. What means of pathos did I use? I talked about it more on like a personal level, so I feel like that was definitely the biggest thing with pathos I use. What did I use in my speech that worked? I mean, I guess everything. It looked like a pretty solid speech to me, but I mean, I'm sure there's areas to improve, like body language and whatnot. What didn't work? My note cards could have definitely been better for sure. So I mean, I guess just some of the transitions were a little wonky, and the way I phrased some things kind of sucked. And thank you for your time.